Hi everyone, No Escape is the title of this week's video, but while I freely admit I'm not in a good place mentally right now, the title has nothing to do with my emotional state. I don't feel trapped at all, just lost in that dangerous place where ennui meets despair and they both go off together to procrastinate. Anyway, that aside, after the last video I did, I said I would strip out a few half-done features, which I did, and then I got on with the whole idea of leaving the ship in a little escape pod thing. My first iteration was based on the drones because they are a size that's nice and easy to see. It's a chunky little drone type thingy. So I got to doing a few sketches knowing full well that this thing would be small enough that any detail I put on it would be a waste of time. It's just a bit shape really. Then after building it I changed my mind about how I wanted it to look and made the thing so small it was practically invisible. This is a design change actually, and not an artistic one, and making the escape pod so small makes it very stealthy and very hard for the enemy to spot. A little more on that later, but here's a little triangular dot. Gamebridge is now just over a week away, and I've had to take too much time off to sort out my broken car, so things aren't going well. I need a plan basically. Here it is, but let's not pretend humans can read my chicken scratchings. That's better. So now we have to make things do the things on the list. How much of this list I can get through in time? I don't know. Although if any of you were at Gamebridge and played the game, you probably know the answer to that already, so spoilers. But it's the journey that's important, right? Making the exit console work was easy enough since it's just another child of the console class, but spawning and getting into the escape pod initially proved deadly for all involved. And then continued to be deadly once I had control of it. Okay, so needs some impulse thrust, a burst of power to the engine when you first push the button for a while. This is actually a big flash on the escape pod so that the enemy can see where you are, and you can if you've lost yourself. But I'll just open up the old movement code and see what we're doing. Okay, values may need tweaking. Of course, going into old code is like giving an artist one of their old paintings and a brush and paint. You're just not going to leave it alone, so I had to add a few more features. The brakes were particularly popular with players at Gamebridge, especially girls. I don't know what that says about demographics. Girls fly safer than boys, need less insurance. Directional impulse is something no one should notice. It just makes the handling a little bit more responsive. And the engine overheating and cutting out is just something I've added for later fun. Right, ionization used to just bypass shields and I wanted to stop that. I might make it a percentage based thing later, but for now we can see the system demonstrated by the pretty, but currently unbalanced, ion cluster. The shield absorbs the ion impacts at first, and once those shields are down, the ion disrupts the flight controls and the blue ship spins out of control. Moving on, character needs to spawn from the stairs. Done. Now we need to get the character on board the other ship. I managed to make this a lot harder for myself than it should have been. Basically, from a code point of view, what I did was I put my socks in the cutlery drawer. I'll really need to sort that later. Taking control of the other ship required exactly 0 lines of code, so that part was the easiest thing on the list. Although at the current time I need to blow up the ship I've gone into by flying it into the wall or something. That's the only way I can win the round. Killing the other character works, but it's not pretty yet. To be continued because I have something special in mind for that one. So how did I get on? Not bad, but I didn't convert the damage to ion damage. That's actually not a big job, but I think I went one better than that by having the characters respawn when their escape pod is destroyed. Right, I have an awful lot of tidying up to do and quite a bit of polish to do as well, but I'm disappearing off for a week with my family, so who knows when I'll work up the motivation to do my next video, or what it'll be about. Several people at Gamebridge specifically asked me about how I did the structure of things from a code design point of view, you know, objects, ships, characters, etc. I've touched on it a little before, but not in any particular detail, so maybe I'll devote a whole video to that, or maybe I won't. Bye for now.